Welcome to the first installment of the CSL StarCraft 2 Highlight Round, where we recap and highlight news from the CSL StarCraft 2 division. Qualifier 2 for March Madness boiled down this past week to 8 worthy teams that were able to venture forth from the round of 64 mostly unscathed, including the University of Maryland College Park, the University of Texas Austin, the University of Utah, the University of Western Ontario, the University of Washington, NYU, Cal Poly Pomona, and the Georgia Institute of Technology.
With that bunker going up immediately on the high ground, he has a good idea, and actually going for an Oracle and then a Void Ray, different variation of this all-in. Here comes that Oracle, and oh no, not enough Marines! Berg, I'm so scared right now for 8 of these, man. This is absolutely merciless right now. Time Warp is now going down. The 4 gateways are going to continue to reinforce. These bunkers are not done. Micro's back that 1 Void Ray. I mean, at this point, even the Oracle comes back into play, and you can tell Hello Kitty has so much practice with this build. He has controlled every single unit just so precisely here. Aiden barely even standing a chance to this all-in.
Earlier in the round of 8, UT barely eked out a win over UMCP with a series score of 3-2. And the University of Western Ontario presented an even more difficult challenge in the following round. Led by the notable Zerg player Stoji, University of Western Ontario showed UT a thing or two about the Canadian metagame.
This is not conservative DTs here. Look at this. It is 4 Dark Templar. That is just so many right off the bat. That Pilot was able to stay up. And look at this. No Spore Crawler. No nothing over here at the third base for Stoji. Here comes Hello Kitty into the natural, and it looks like there's nothingness here. The lair is not even finished right now. Estoji is just in dire straits right now.
The Western Ontario powerhouse has sealed a victory over the hard-fighting Texans with a 3-1 result and earned themselves a place in the March Madness Finals alongside UC Davis and Berkeley. In the second series, the University of Washington took on the Georgia Institute of Technology. UW, who took 3rd place at the Azubu Collegiate Champions, were undoubtedly hungry to place in this tournament. Georgia Tech wasn't ready to give in to Kauai Rice and Caliber's team so easily, however, as seen in Quantic Masan's match against Kauai Rice.
Plenty of units, so it's going to be a huge challenge for Kauai to not only kill this standing army, but of course the reinforcements from Masan as well.
Yeah, Masan is absolutely all set. He's pretty much maxed out right now.
Ultimately, Georgia Tech took out the UW team in a shocking 3-0 victory. Georgia Tech is now our 4th entrant into the March Madness Finals, leaving a trail of dust behind them for the next CSL team to advance in Qualifier 3 starting April 12th. It's LAN season again, and all around North America, campuses are setting up spring intramural events to test the mettle of their students, locals, and even alumni at StarCraft 2 and other esports titles. Worcester Polytechnic Institute is just one of the schools currently in the middle of a spring LAN event. Lydia Johnston, CSL writer and esports coordinator of WPI's Game Development Club, was interviewed about it and said, "Esports events are important to build communities at each school. It's a good way for people to get their feet wet playing competitively and make friends who are also enthusiastic about their favorite games in the process." Johnson arranged a StarCraft 2 tournament in the vein of the Collegiate Star League, which started last weekend, and guest-starred caster Chris Siniko-Mezer and Chris Bizel on streaming duty. The game's Hearts Overlay feature was a big hit with viewers, and of course you can see why. WPI's LAN event concludes with the round of 8 and finals coming soon. Watch out on cstarleague.com for official announcements.
It's able to bounce back and just sort of stay in control the whole game. Mr. November, man, looking pretty solid here. Giblos, the alum, fighting for honor here, is going to get taken out in this game. And, there goes the GG. Well played. Mr. November, man.
Student-organized LANs have long been the mainstay of the San Francisco Bay Area StarCraft community. These day-long events provide students and locals an opportunity to unwind, socialize, and compete, while also having a prize pool and the publicity necessary to draw big-name sponsors and pro gamers. Berkeley's Land Before Time, administered by the university's Asian American Association, has a rich and colorful history stretching back to its Brood War years. Entering its 12th iteration this weekend, the event features tournaments for a variety of games, including StarCraft 2. The upcoming LAN will also feature the return of E.G. Suppy, who began his competitive StarCraft career at Land Before Time in 2007. UC Davis's quarterly LAN, administered by a small group of tight-knit friends and backed by the University StarCraft Club, is one of the largest student organizations on campus. This will occur on the same weekend. The UC Davis StarCraft Club has been able to secure a variety of loyal sponsors and has been prominent in local esports events over the past few years. While the event has featured other games in the past, the UC Davis Spring Quarter LAN will focus on StarCraft 2 while offering a wide selection of activities, including campaign race, team game tournaments, and a competitive 1v1 tournament. On April 13th, the next CSL Spring Tournament qualifier will be held to see which teams will join the first 4 Titans of March Madness at the finals. Will the University of Washington redeem their name in Qualifier 3? Maybe UMCP will come head-to-head with the University of Texas again to settle the score from their previous series and claw their way into the round of 4. But don't forget, there's still Irvine, Carleton, and Carnegie Mellon in the mix as well. See you guys next week at Twitch TV/CStarLeague for all the CSL StarCraft 2 action. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter @CStarLeague, and like us on Facebook as the Collegiate Star League.